Hello, I'm EG and this is Crocheting with EG, and in this video I'm going to be making room on my big yarn wall for my recent hauls. This almost feels like the Hobby Lobby clearance. I have so much yarn to put away. It's not that much, but I'm not going to have to like do an in-depth reorganization of my yarn wall. I just need to make room for all the recent yarn hauls, and so that's what this video is going to be. This isn't going to be as long as my last reorganized my yarn wall video, hopefully. My hair's blowing all over the place. We're still going through this heat wave, and it's just ridiculous. I have a little fan in here. Hopefully it's not going to make too much noise or whatever, but anyway. So let me get to the yarn. I did have one of these, got another one of these that it looks like bananas or whatever. I'm going to find a place on my niece's yarn wall for that, I guess. I'll just have to put that away. But I have all this yarn from Goodwill in that big haul. It didn't come in this bag, but I put it in this bag. So I have all this, although some of it's going to go on my niece's yarn wall, so that's going to be good. Luckily, a lot of these are yarns that I need to put on my niece's yarn wall, so I don't have to make a whole lot of room for all these. But, and then some Ollie's yarn, that all this goes on my niece's yarn wall. And then I mean, it's not a wall, it's like a tower or whatever at this point. And then I've got some Hobby Lobby dial-lot clearance. And so like this whole bag right here is for my niece. So, and then this one's from me, so I have to make room for that. And then all the Michael's yarn that I got, those chunky yarns, the Charisma. I just put that on my chunky shelf. And then all the yarn from Walmart that I got, because they were having some kind of clearance sale at Walmart, so I got some of that. So I have to make room for all that. So that's what this video is going to be. So hopefully this isn't going to be as long. Now let me start off with the ones that I know exactly where I'm going to put them. There's, let's see, up there, and hopefully the angle's not weird. I can put the Mandela cakes, or Mandela, or whatever it is. See how frizzy my hair gets. Up here in this shelf, because that's where the other three are. So, it goes there. I'm sorry these videos are going to be like me. I'm going to have to do these kind of videos every once in a while. What I started to do when I did videos and had yarn hauls or whatever is I would end them with footage of me like putting it away. And some of the people said it was almost like ASMR. I just didn't know what to put over. I didn't know if I should put a voiceover over it or some kind of music. So I just kind of let it run, and you could like hear the crinkling of the skeins and me walking around. And I guess it's like some people liked it because it was sort of ASMR style. But that was like back when I had just like a couple skeins here and there. But when I have like these big hauls or whatever, and it just kind of piles up, I just feel like I need to do videos like this where I just, you know, put it away instead of just like, because then it would be like, you know, a 50-minute whatever video of just no sound except for me like putting yarn away. So I thought it'd be better with me just talking or whatever. So fix this. I feel like these are way too deep in there. See, there's a lot of room behind there if I needed room for those. So I know those are going to go there. And then I did get another one of these Premier Bloom Chunky Big, and so I could put it with the other ones, hopefully. Here. Yeah. So I got, this is my second one of this colorway, so that goes there nicely. And then, let's see, let me separate all my niece's yarn out over there. All that. And then, oh, I do have a Premier puzzle, but that shelf with my other Premier puzzle is this one right here, and it's kind of full. So I don't know, maybe I can put my Premier puzzle, since it's sort of the same kind of color, maybe I can put it, because they don't all have to be like, oh, this one specific yarn is for this shelf and all that kind of stuff. I can kind of mix them. There is like some room here, so I could put it there, since it's the same similar colors or whatever, but it's also like right adjacent to the shelf with the other Premier puzzle. So I'll do that. And then it's like all of this is for my niece, and all of these are my. Oh, I do have some. I did get some cotton in that Dialog clearance sale, so I'll put all the cotton together. Yeah. I'm trying to talk louder too. I know the video where I was like, you know, over here I was just sort of talking like you could barely hear me or whatever, but I don't know if anybody even got that far in the video. It was like, you know, 2 hours and something. So all this is cotton, and all that is acrylic. These are cotton. Okay, so I have these 4 Crafter's Secret Cotton that I had gotten at the Dialog, or I guess it's Dialog clearance. And then this Sugar Wheel Cotton Cake, and then this skein. I know I have the blue up there with my primary colors, like in the sport weight, like up here. But I'm going to go ahead and put this extra skein in with the cotton, just to keep it consistent. I'm sorry the camera's all over the place, but it doesn't matter. Where's the cotton? Is it in the frame? I don't know. Can't even see. Alright. So I like got it in your face or whatever. I was calling you out. No. So I need to put the cotton over here in the shelf. Are you mounting one camera? Yes, I am. So, alright, I do have 2 of those Karen cotton. Hang on. That I'm putting it all on my arms like an idiot. Let me do this. Okay. So I do have 2 skeins of this Karen cotton cake, so I can put one of them behind there like that, and then put the other one there, and then that'll free up this space right here. And let's see, I have 2 Sugar Wheel Cotton cakes, and let's put that there. Okay, so now I have 3 Sugar Wheel Cotton cakes, and it's falling all over the place because I'm a mess. Alright, so I have 3 of these. And they're cotton cakes. Again, the cotton, I mean the cakes are just so like awkward to make room for. You know what I mean? I don't know, they're just, I guess I can do that. Alright. And this skein was, it feels like cotton. I think I must have got it in a bag of something. And then that's that clay colored cotton. And then I have these 2. I love this cotton. Oh, damn it. And then I have another one of these. So I put that there. And then all these Crafter's Secret cotton little skeins. And that should be all. Those there. Like that. That was almost perfect. Let me smash that down. Skein down there. There we go. Alright. There we go. Okay, so all the cotton is put away, hopefully. Alright, and I have these 2 solids, the olive yarn, and I guess I have some in this drawer, but I just don't know. See, I do have like 3 of these, what is it called? Stone wash. I could put my stone wash down here in this drawer with the other one, which you can't even see, I know. And then I have a burnt pumpkin. I'll just stick it here on my solids shelf. You can't even see, it doesn't matter. Put it down here. And then, okay. Oh yeah, and I do have some big twist in here. This, was it orange? Something orange. Varsity orange. I do have that I can put down here with my solids. And is there another one in here? Oh, I do have this gray heather, but I'm not really sure what to do with that. I don't know if it'll fit down there. Maybe I'll put it up here. Because this is a... I don't feel bad that I'm sort of keeping this until I figure out what to do with it. It's just an odd texture. It's not rough like some of the Red Heart I've felt. It is an odd texture. Somebody in the comments said that I hit my little rattle thing. Theirs is that kind of texture too. It must just be the kind of yarn. I don't know. So maybe I'll stick it like up there just to get it out of the way. Because there's not really room in my solids in it, and it feels like one that I just need to kind of put away and until I figure out what to do with it, because it's just an odd texture. This is a random story, but what it reminds me of is I used to have a couch when I was growing up, and it was this gray color, and it felt kind of rough like this. I mean, it feels like, was my couch made out of this yarn? God, that hello, like. I guess like getting all the yarn out of that corner is starting to create an echo in here. Sorry about that. I don't have like those people that do podcasts and stuff, and they have like those padded things on the wall. If I have any padding on my wall, it's probably going to be because I've gone insane and I've been put into a hospital. But I thought I could. But anyway. Because I go off on all these tangents and talk about all this stuff. It sort of feels like that couch, the couch cushions that I used to have. So, cause see that like there's room up here in. Can't even see. There's room up here in this one, and preferably I'd put it at the bottom, but I don't know if I'm gonna take the time to do that, or at least today anyway. So I feel like, see, I can put them. Oh, it doesn't really stick out or anything because those cubes or they're rectangles. They're a little deeper than I realized. Let me put this in there. Okay. That's there. And the other one up here too. That way they're sort of out of the way. Oh, and while I'm up here, I'll put this pearl spun that I got, Majestic Plum, up here. I have a lot of that. Oh, my chunky. Where's my chunky? Of course, it's on the floor. Well, this one isn't going to be taking as long as my other reorganization video, but that doesn't mean it's not any less of a total mess all over the place. Okay, so I have all these charismas. I can put them here with my chunky. There. And here. Let me put this up there. It is nice yarn, and the colors are really nice. That hat that I made turned out so nice in the Northern Lights colorway. Alright, let's see here. Use over just a little bit. Down there. Okay. Okay. One more. Okay, my chunky's up there. And I could put this donut or whatever, donut ball cake, the thin yarn up here. Like all my thin yarn is over there. I just don't know if I have room right there. Looks a little full. Can you see? Yeah. Just feel like it belongs there. Although I do have some furry yarn too. I need to find a place for. Although, okay, there's room here. See how I wear, like, my shirts are so big that I'm always like, and my my sleeves are always getting caught on my chair arms, and so I do wear shirts that are a little too big, but just because I'm so self-conscious about my body or whatever. I can like squeeze it in there. Come on. All right, there we go. Thin yarn, and then let's see. I do have these 3 furry ones. I think that's all. That's my table. the noise. I don't know if I have room there, because it is kind of jam-packed in there, isn't it? Isn't it? Like I'm talking to the camera. I don't know. Oh, let me get, what was that? Ice yarns thing. Thank you to whoever said that I could, or there was a couple people that said I can use it, or they've used it as like the border for like scarves and cowls and stuff like that. It would make good borders for things like that and hats. But I don't know. I'll put it up here with my fancy yarns, since it is a fancier yarn. Put that there. Okay. And then these skeins, okay, I'm probably going to give my niece one of these and then keep one. I guess, I don't know if these would make good scrunchies or not, but I feel like I should keep one. And then the velvet yarns, I sort of feel bad about this, but I feel like I might want to keep the velvet yarns, because my niece loves to crochet or whatever. She has plenty of yarn. But I just feel like these are so nice that I just feel like these would... They shouldn't just be like, you know, play around with yarns, because I got such a good deal on them, and they do seem to be like discontinued or whatever, and so I just feel like these are too nice and deserve to be made into something really nice, and not just like played around with by a kid when she has like a whole tower full. So I just feel like I should keep those velvet ones for myself, but I'm going to give her one of these, and then I think all the rest of the crushed velvet. There's this one, but I feel like I should keep this one too, because it would make pretty scrunchies. I don't make many scrunchies, but I just feel like this would make really pretty scrunchies. So I think, of course, then that's all that's left in this bag is the crushed velvet. So now I need to make room for that. I don't know. Let me see. I'm gonna keep checking the 17 minutes. Let me just, I'll stop and then I'll start another one. Hang on. Okay, I guess what I can do is take these fur yarns and stick them up there. If there's not room there, I can always tuck them like right, see there's space right here, and it's sort of, it could be like that thing like over there where it's, you know, adjacent to the where all the other fur yarn is, and so it kind of makes sense there, even though it's supposed to be like my pearl spun over here and then all my chunky there. So I guess I could do that if I can't squeeze these into that cube over there. Let me see, because it is just like, it's so full, this area right here. So I don't know, I might be able to squeeze this little one in there. And what is this? Is this chunky yarn? I could just put it down here with the chunky. Tender Touch Dove. Oh, well, it's an odd yarn. I'll just leave it up there, because it's not really chunky yarn. Of course, they're like one in the back. Okay. Alright, and then I'll put the other two with my pearl spun, like right here, I guess. I'll move this over. This is what's left over of this charisma. Of course, this isn't enough for a hat, but it's a little bit of charisma. Put it there. I have to make sure, or I need to make sure I remember that that skein is not full, because I hate to get halfway into a hat and then realize I don't have enough, because I pulled the wrong one. Okay, now that's good. Put the furry yarn there, and then this other furry yarn there. Okay, that's good, because it's kind of like next to it, so that's good. And more bags. All right, now as far as this goes, I just don't know exactly where I should put this, or at least on my wall anyway. This I don't know. Let me I do have some room, because I did use that Uber Luxe that I just threw up there in that bin. So I could put my crushed velvet there, although the crushed velvet is so nice. No. Well, maybe what I'll do is I'll put this big twister. This is sort of a random thing, but this I wanted to make something for somebody, and I started to make this like cowl scarf thing, and I wanted to make it in my EG stitch, and then I thought I have plenty of this, so maybe I can use this big twist value that I'd gotten, and in my one of my original videos, not the first time I was on YouTube, I mean the second time, I said that they only had like 3 skeins of this, and I got like the one that was sort of substantial, and then when I went back to Joann before they closed, they had like a whole bunch of this, and so I went ahead and got like a whole bunch, but some of them are like a little too thin. And the thing with my EG stitches, if the yarn is too thin, it doesn't create the nice little clump. I mean, not clumps. Nice little, I was about to say bumps, but clusters. That's what it is. That's why I said clumps. Nice little clusters. Because if the yarn is too thin, it just doesn't create that nice clustered look. Let me see if I can. It doesn't go down that far. I was going to show the throw blanket, the little clusters, but I was going to use this yarn, and I started to, and it didn't create the clusters because a lot of this yarn is too thin. I mean, it's just the kind of Joann big twist yarn that is just too thin, and where it doesn't feel like it feels like a really light medium 4, like compared. Let me get some of that actually and show. Like this is the Premier Basics. You know how I said how nice and significant this yarn is? This is what that yarn looks like. And then compare it to this big twist. Where's the center pole? It doesn't matter. It's so much thinner than this. Let me see if I can do this. Alright. Oh. It's that fly's flying around, little bastard. I mean, little darn thing. But and like when you pull it, it is so much thinner. Like this, it still has some. It still is significant and substantial. This just feels way too thin. That's what I always hated about big twist yarn. There was inconsistency issues about the thickness of it. I mean, I know that yarn has inconsistency issues depending on the brand. And like Red Heart, sometimes it's a little rough, or sometimes it's really soft. But this, I just never really worked with a lot of big twists because I didn't go to my Joann very often. But it feels like some of it is really nice and substantial, and some of it was just like really thin and just irritating. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that yarn. And I tried, when I was making that cowl, I tried to like do that triple up thing where you make like the Z or the S or whatever, and then you can kind of like triple up yarn and keep pulling it through the loop, and you can basically like use it as 3 strands at once without having to have 3 skeins. And I did that, but it was a little too thick, and so I guess I could always double it up. But like what I got this yarn for is I thought that there's enough of this yarn where I could make a throw blanket, but if it's going to be really thin, I don't know what to do with this yarn yet. So maybe what I'll do is I'll take this yarn and put it, take those 2 shells right here of that yarn and just condense that down into the top, because then like all of them will be the same, and it can kind of go above the cube, or I mean the little shelf thing. So that's what I'll do. Little. I keep saying little. God, irritating. I don't know. Like I got a comment the other day, or the other day, it was like this morning, and somebody said, gave me tips for my videos and to stop saying it's like, if I did that, like as if it's I know they were being nice and respectful, but I'm just saying, I know that it's irritating. I hear it every single time I say a filler word. But it's not something I can just like say, oh, I need to stop saying that, and then I just stop saying. It's not like a conscious thing. It's just but believe it or not, I'm actually speaking better than I used to. So if you can believe that. So let me just put all this up here. Condense this down. I could do this off camera, because all I'm going to be doing is condensing that down. Okay, and I didn't even think, but like I can zoom in on things like that, but that's what that looks like. All condensed down up there, and then I could put that crushed velvet here in these 2. I know that there's a couple that I'd like to put them like over there where my scrunchy yarn is, but there's just not room there on that shelf. Unless I put those. Now I'm thinking, should I put those skeins of like my 6 colored bookmark, and then these for the pencil, like up here, and then put these crushed velvet there, like next to the scrunchy yarn. I don't know. Part of me really loves having these yarns right here, especially the 6 color one, in the background of my videos all the time, because there's something special about that. And there'll be something special about the bookmarks too. But I don't know. I don't want to do it just because, you know, it looks nice in my background and all that. Kind of stupid. Let's see. And I know I have like a couple of these crushed velvet. I have 2 of, and I could give my niece one of each of those, but I don't know, until, like, she has so much yarn, until I figure out what I'm going to do with all this crushed velvet. Maybe I should just keep it until I figure that out, and then if I have like so much of it and I don't know what to do with, then I'll give my niece some of it, because I don't want to be like stingy or anything, but she does have a whole freaking, you know, tower full of yarn, so I'm not being stingy. But these 2 are the same, I think. Let's see. Potent purple. So I have 2 of those, and then I do have 2 of these mushroom, although the label's coming off of this one. And then I have 2 of those navy, I think. So I do have those. These right here, I think, are the navy. Okay. And then all of these are just 1 of each. I think that would fit perfectly there, I think, but I don't know. I shouldn't worry about it. Oh, but my background, like, who cares? I should put them here because it does make sense to go right there. I don't know. Those are for my pencil, and then these are for the other one. Alright. It just makes sense here. Can't even see. Navy, there, purple, there, and mushroom, and then watch them not even go there. Do all that effort and then it won't even fit. They might. And this one I'll put there too, since it's kind of like that. Of course, that big twist, I don't know what to do with. Doesn't really fit here. Yeah. Alright. Although, okay. I have this, I don't know where the hell I got this, but it's this really thin, I must have gotten this in a big box of, or a big bag of something. It's Lion brand. It's like really, really thin chenille yarn. I put it with my chenille yarns, like for scrunchies or whatever, but I don't need to do that. Or I mean, put them like right here on the shelf. I'll try to squeeze it into this thing, just to get it out of the way. Because I feel like that's the only thing I could use that for, is like a sort of a thinner scrunchie or something. So I'll put that with my velvet yarns there. And then this too is like a thin velvet yarn. I must have gotten in a bag somewhere. I'll just stick that with on top of there. And then I'll probably have room for this big twist cuddle, or what is it? Yeah, cuddle. Reorganize this part. sense. I'm glad I don't work with this like really big thick yarn that often, because God, it's they're so big, these skeins of yarn, and they're always like in the way or something, or they just feel like they take up so much space. And see, I have room behind this shelf is pretty deep. I have room where I could stick these doubles behind there, but I just don't want to do that with these anyway. I think that'll be alright. Kind of squeeze those skeins, but it doesn't really matter because they're kind of squishy anyway, so it doesn't matter. Alright, got a cuddle there. Alright, this should be good. And then now I need to find room for those nice acrylics that are the specific bookmarks, and I think I guess I could put them here. I just hate that you can't really see them. Unless I put these, I need to use this stuff to make the pride stuff anyway. If I wouldn't have tied these all together, it would have been so much nicer, because I could just like lift all these off and then like, you know, rearrange them like that, but they're all like tied together in the back. So I can't really do that. I guess what I can do is what I'll do off camera. What is it? 7 minutes. I'll move these Big Twist Living to these shelves, and then I'll move the pencil yarn and then the 6 color yarn to these right here, and hopefully it'll look right. And then that way it'll kind of hopefully be in the shot of the videos, at least the 6 color one, because it's important. Hang on. Okay, what I did was there wasn't enough room for all that yarn there, and so what I did was I just put them here, you know, orange, red, gray, green, blue, gold, and then I put the pencil yarn up there in sort of the sequence that I needed for the pencil. I use a black for the very tip of that pencil bookmark, but you know, like the eraser and like all the way down. So I'm gonna put those up there. So that's there, and I think the only other yarn is on my wall anyway, is all this variegated from Walmart, and I know I'm not going to have room for all of it on my wall here, but maybe I should put some of it behind there, because I did buy a lot of that because of how cheap it was. So anyway, there isn't room behind this one. There's room behind this shelf. Although they're variegated down there, there is some variegated down here too. So I could put some of it behind there. That's what I'll do. Maybe I'll put. Alright, I got this one. Oh, I did. This is just all over the place. Sorry. Or no, I'm not, because that's just how I am. Could put these two. There is room behind these glitter yarns for yarn. That's where all the extras are of this metallic yarn that I have. There's an extra black behind there. There's an extra of this peacock color, and I'll put these behind there. And what I need to do is just take an inventory. So one day, so that I can know exactly what I have. Because I hate to think, oh, I only have one skein of this, and then forget that I have 2 of them behind there. But hopefully I won't. It's hard to keep track of like what skeins I do have, because I have so many of them. So there is room behind there. So I'll do that. Tuck that in there. All right. And put these back there. Okay. So that's there, and then I do have room for. I don't really have room. Okay. Oh, there's the pink or purple or whichever one. Purple and the black and the blue and this white and pink. Although I already have one of those showing wherever it is. Oh, here. So I could just fill up like this area right here until I'm full, and then the rest of them I'll just stick behind that shelf down here. this one right here, because there is room behind all those variegated colors, and I'll just have to remember. Although if Walmart's getting rid of these, I really hope they're not, then they may not even get any more in, so I won't need to remember, but I'm trying to put these here. Let's see, there's blue, purple. I'm sure I have one of these still down there. Yeah, I think I do. Space it out a little bit. For like 2 more on this shelf, I think. Oh, I did start to use one of those bitty stripes for something. What was it? I made it like a circle, and then but I used single crochet, and I didn't spread out the increases in it, so it's more hexagonal. So I may just like pull that out and use it for something else. But I did start to use one of those bitty stripes for something. But put a blue one here, and then maybe another one of these there. So I'm not going to stick it here. There's room there, but I'm going to put my bitty stripes back when I'm done with it. And then the only ones left are the. Do I need all 3 of these? Put this black one down over here. And then I'll put, see, I already have like 2 of those pink ones here, so I have 3 extras. So if they don't fit on this shelf down here, I'll just stick them up behind. Let's see. Oh, my battery light's blinking. Let me do this off camera while I'm plugging my camera. Hopefully I'll have room, or hopefully I'll have time to do this today. Hang on. Okay, plugged in my camera. Just put these down. Oh, what I should have done is given my niece a couple of these, but I won't do that right now, because I don't know if I have room for all her big bulky yarn on her shelf. There's room here. I'm just going to put it in the front. That way I don't need to put it in the back yet. Alright, so that's all on my wall. Now I just have to tackle hers, and then I'll be done. Come on. I put one in, and then one goes behind. I have to pull it out. Okay. Because these variegated yarns aren't as full down there. But anyway. Okay, now hers. Okay, so that's what her little, see, I have her, some of the stuff I made her right here, like as inspiration or whatever. And then, that's what her wall looks like, or tower or whatever. And, to put this back, this is her little, she likes unicorns, and I gave her this. I found this, I think I found this at Goodwill or something. And Simply Southern, apparently that's a big name brand that she likes too. And so that has her little crochet hooks and stuff like that in it. So I need to put that back on her wall. But okay, so I have this Big Twist Cuddle, which I guess I can put. What I should do? Maybe I shouldn't put all this on her wall at once. Because every time she comes over, she's one of those kids. She's like, "Do you have a surprise?" And then, of course, yeah, it's because I spoiled her. My mom too. I'm not like saying it's just me, but we always had a surprise, and then I'd give it to her. And do you have another surprise? Like we spoil her like crazy, and I'd hate to put all this on her wall, and then I'll say, oh, there's some new yarn. There's like 15 skeins on your wall. And do you have another surprise? And yeah, it would be like that. So I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't put it all on here at once. Let's see. what I'll do, just for the benefit of this video, I'll put it on there just to see if it'll all fit, and then I'll, you know, take a little bit away or whatever, and I can give it to her in pieces probably, because she still has a lot of yarn to work with. But maybe I'll do that. Yeah. I'll just try to fit it on here first. So there's that cuddle, and then another one of these Bernat Blanket Extra. Put this small skein in here. So she used this yarn. I bought this for something, but she wanted to use it, and she basically just like chained up a whole bunch of it. That was when she was learning how to chain. She hadn't learned how to do the single crochet or none of that yet. So put that there, and I'm gonna have to. I might have to do something with my styrofoam heads, and put those somewhere, and my yarn balls, and just like put these two things up there on top. And as much as I like this M thing with her initial on it, I might need that cube area for all this yarn. But let me just try to do this first without messing with all that. So there's that, and then this Bernat Blanket Extra from Ollie's. These are just so damn big. I mean, darn big. Whatever. And another one of these perfect phasing skeins. But she did love that perfect phasing. This is the other one with the purple. She pulled it a little bit out. Down here. Is it? Can you even see that? No. I have that there, but see, there's not going to be room for two more, I don't think. Maybe. She's going to smash the other ones. Not much, though, but... That's fine. Hopefully that I turn that fan up because it is getting hot in here. Hopefully it's not too loud. I'm blowing right into the microphone of this camera. Or it's not a mic. It doesn't have a like an actual like a boom mic or nothing. But I'll do that. And then there's another one of these. And that blanket speckle. Put it up here. So that's good. And then this one. It's just so full. I do have this whole shelf is taken up. I mean, this whole skein right here is taking up this whole shelf down here. So I can probably squeeze another one of these in there, like this pretty one. There. Oh, I'll probably put one on top of this pretty one. From the dial-up clearance. I'm assuming it's dial-up clearance. I thought that they were done with the dial-up clearance in my store, but I guess not. Or else they saw me coming and they just grabbed some off the shelf and threw it over there with some. I thought, oh, we better put something out there, or I'll bitch about it in this next video. He didn't have any more dial-up clearance. Or whatever. And so, there. I don't know where to put her big hook, but I just put it there with her big skein of yarn. Just kind of bulging out this cube. Put it like that, I guess. Okay. There's her yarn. And then, what else do I have? I have 1, 2, 3 skeins left. I feel like I might need to take. I need to take this out of here. I mean, I love how it looks on her little thing. But another thing that she did when she came over, when she first saw this, and she was like putting it back on her shelf, because like I said, she see how, like I said, motor mouth. She wanted to play with this or whatever, and she had it in her playroom like basically the whole day, just kind of like tossing it around, or like, you know, just had it on her bed. And but then when she wanted to put it back, of course she couldn't reach, because I did make this tower a little bit too tall. And then she started to try to like throw it in there, and I'm just afraid it's gonna either, you know, fall out and then roll over there and knock some of my ceramics off, or something. So I just feel like, as cool as these look in here on her tower thing, I need to find a place for them like somewhere in this room that's not somewhere where she is going to be tempted to, throw them up there like basketballs. So that'll be what I'll do. I'll put it somewhere else, and then I'll just put these up there, and then that way all the yarn is on her rack. And I think that's all of them. And I kind of like my styrofoam heads and my yarn bowls sort of up there and out of the way, even though they're on her shelf. But anyway, well, another job over with. Let me see. Okay, I have all her yarn in her tower, and like I said, I may take some of it out before she comes over, just to kind of spread out the surprises, or I may just leave it like this. It doesn't matter. I'm sure I have other surprises to give her if she asks for another one. Either way, I spoil her like I did. And then this is, I guess yarn wall 3.0. No, it's just I just put my yarn away on my yarn wall 2.0, I guess. So that's what it looks like. That's up there now, and then those are up there now, and then those are there, and then that's there, and that's over there, and oh, the pencil yarn is up there, and the other one's this doesn't look right. There we go. I'm a perfectionist too. It's irritating. That's probably OCD thing stuff. Okay, and then have my chunky yarn up there, and heather up there, all that, and other yarn spread out, and it's put away. Barely, but it's put away. So, okay. And the cotton's put away there. Okay. And this is that rack with my throw blankets on it that I made. I just put these on top, like right here, just loosely or whatever, just to get them off the floor and get them off a shelf or whatever. So it kind of matches the room. So there's that rug. So, hopefully I've already posted that video. I hope I didn't just spoil something. But okay, I guess that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching me put all my yarn away. And God, just ridiculous. It's getting so full in here. But I mean, I am working on some stuff, so I will get to all this yarn. But at least I put it all away, and I had room for it because I reorganized it and had extra room. So anyway, thank you for watching this video. Like and subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully it's not going to be another, look at all this yarn I have to put away. God. I'll see you in the next one.